Well, hey guys, it's Ken Lawson, Renaissance Man. Finally here with Odyssey, or the Odyssey, from Florence and the Machine. I've been trying to get to this for a while, but there's been a lot of other things that I've needed to try and get done, and it just kept getting pushed back and pushed back. And I think about it every day, so I'm like, I've got to get this done. So that is what I'm doing today. Then when I got ready to start shooting it, I found out that a lot of the songs contained in it were not complete songs off the album. How Big, How Blue, How Beautiful, something like that. I'll have to look again, put it down in the description. And so I was like, well, maybe I should do the album first, but I had promised them the long form video. So I decided to go ahead and do this first and then go from there and see if you all want me to go to the album or go to a different album, because I've been away from Florence longer than I wanted to be. Just trying to get my channel working the way I want it to and things like that. But I do plan to get back to her a little bit more. And so anyway, we're going to jump in fairly quick. I do not know how this is going to go because I'm not sure if they're going to put the song names on there, but I'll be doing lyrics as we go along, of course, talking about the cinematography, the acting, the dancing, the, whatever comes up, and see how it goes. And I'll also talk along the way about where this came for her in her life, because I did read up a little bit on what point in her life she was at before she started this, but I haven't really looked into the songs or anything at all yet, so I'll be doing that as we go along. All right, guys, let's go ahead and jump into this, and I bet I'm going to love it, because I really do love Florence's voice and her creativity and artistic expression, all of that. So let's get going. All right. I do know that this is like 9 videos put together, but it was planned from the beginning that it would be done this way. Ooh. I love a good panning sound, All right, ignore my cat. I love how this already feels like a movie, The establishment of it and all. And look at that, taking the time for the slow pan in. Well, not pan in, zoom in. Oh, onto the cross. Didn't even notice it at first. Wow. I'm so impressed with the patience they're showing on it. It's so unexpected. But yeah, apparently she wrote this at a really tough time when she had taken a year off of music and was having real self-reflection, and decided to write a more personal album than the previous ones.
I heard you talking in your sleep last night.
What were you doing?
I was just watching. And you seemed sad.
Why didn't you wake me up?
I didn't want to intervene. It just seemed like you were suffering somewhere else, and I didn't think that it was my place to drag you out of it. So I just let you be.
So you just let me suffer?
Hold on, I gotta pause this for a second. I want to get the volume turned back up and things like that. All right. Y'all can say hi to Ashford while we're at it. There we go. Right, Ash? All right. Let's get back to it. And I think I know this actor. I'll have to look him up for sure.
You're suffering somewhere else. And
What a great opening for this.
It was my place to drag you out of it, so I just let you be.
So you just let me suffer? So you think that people who suffer together would be more connected than people who are content?
Yeah. I do.
I like that it's giving her a chance to show acting chops too.
I suppose if you've been through something, like if you've been through something catastrophic, if you've been through like a storm or an earthquake together or something like horrendous,
Yeah.
it would bring you closer together.
Why do I feel like they're going to have an accident? I feel like it's going to go horribly wrong.
But what if they are creating the disaster within themselves?
Huh.
Yeah, that's what happens. That's
She seems so natural. Oof, I'm getting chills already just from the emotion she's laying out.
And there's this big storm that's all around us, and we're in the middle of it, so it's calm, but we can feel it. Like it's everywhere. Things are okay now, but I never know when it's going to change.
This is brilliant. Chills again.
I was on a heavy tip, trying to cross a canyon with a broken limb. You were on the other side, like always, wondering what to do with life. I'd already had a sip, so I reasoned I was drunk enough to deal with it.
Listen to that low under voice.
You were on the other side, like always. You could never make your
See
mind.
the storm on the TV?
And with one kiss, you inspired a fire of devotion that lasts for 20 years.
Ooh.
What kind of man loves like this?
Okay. It's a good place to stop. I want to look at the lyrics real quick because there aren't any for me to bring up or have play on screen, but I really want to make sure I'm following the lyrics on this. I kept saying that I was expecting something to happen, but I thought it was going to happen in the country part, not there when it was showing her in the city. So, wow. And I think this first song, What Kind of Man? All right, so I'm getting the gist of the song. I didn't read detailed lyrics. I'll do that after I'm done, but I kind of got a feel for what the song is doing here. Now, it may not be what the video does, but song-wise, it just sounds like she's in a relationship that she's all into, and the guy is kind of, sometimes he's there, sometimes he's not, sometimes he's committed, sometimes he's maybe not. And it says something about a 20-year relationship. And so she's just asking, what kind of man loves like this? And I am with her on that, because that's just shitty. I love the orchestration, by the way, being very sparse. But God, that is so well done. And I did not expect heavy guitars to come in here. I like that. Ooh, we're getting dancing. Yes. I like that long held note back there. Ooh. I like the inflection on her voice. Woo! Is this going to be the whole video?
loves like these? What kind of man?
Damn.
You're only fool, all colored blue, 8 feet upon the floor. You do such damage, how do you manage to be crawling back for more? And with one hit, you inspire fire of devotion that lasts 20. What kind of man loves like these? What kind of man
Wow.
loves like these? What kind of man? What kind of man loves like these?
Sorry, I got to pause. You know, copyright stuff. I want to be able to get this up on YouTube. So, wow. And I feel like this dance scene with all the different men around is maybe different people she's had relationships with through her life, and she maybe feels like none of them treated her the way that she should have been treated. That's kind of how it feels to me from the video, but you know, that he's just one of many who has treated her this way. But boy, I love the music and everything in this. It's really nice.
What kind of man
And the way she's using the grit in her voice.
What kind of man loves like these? What kind of man
And I like the kind of claps.
loves like these? What kind of man? But I can't beat you 'cause I'm still with you.
Wow.
Oh, mercy, I implore. Oh, mercy, I implore. How do you do it? I think I'm through it. Then I'm back against the wall. Back against the wall. What kind of man loves
Wow, it's getting so big in the mix.
What kind of man? What kind of man loves like these? What kind of man?
Before we go on, I want to just say I love the drumming pattern in this with the. It's got a real neat groove to it, but how big it's getting in the music is really cool with the backing vocals filling so much space, and then the I think it was horns. Was it horns? Let me see.
'Cause I'm still with you. Oh, mercy, I implore. Oh, mercy, I implore. How do you do it? I think I'm through it. Then I'm back against the wall. Back against the wall. What kind of
Yeah, I think it's a blend of guitar and horns and voices.
kind of man? What kind of man loves like these?
I love how she's throwing herself into this so much, as she always does. Ooh, that anger in her face is so good. There's so much going on in the layers of that. It's so cool, and I love the lighting and everything in the scene here. But the fact that she had this all planned out from the very get-go, that it was going to be 9 different videos, and then they would all come together for this film from the same director to make it cohesive, I thought was a really neat idea. And that it would ultimately tell a story of the Odyssey of her. But boy, her full immersion into the role is so, you know, but she wrote it about her, you know, basically based on personal experience, so. And I'm glad they have these interludes to, you know, give it space to breathe and show some connectivity between the videos. That's really neat. Look at that, nothing but natural lighting, and yet it still looks cinematic. if there's anything else added in, you know, you can't really see it.
Between a crucifix and the Hollywood sign, we decided to get
God, she
hurt.
keeps giving me chills.
Now there's a few things we have to burn. Set our hearts ablaze, and every city was a gift, and every skyline was like a kiss upon lips. I was making you a wish, and every skyline, how big, how blue, how beautiful, how big, how blue, how beautiful.
Oh, something I want to point out. I got to look and see if there's a making of on this, because that really does sound like it's picking her up in that moment. If it's not, they did a great job of mixing it to sound like it is. And she even like came up a little bit short of the note on a couple of things, which to me just added to the realness of it. It wasn't like a thing where you go, ugh. You know, it was just that little bit that you go, oh, this is like somebody just singing to themselves, you know? All right, let me see what the lyrics have to say here. All right, so far it looks like they've skipped ship to wreck, but maybe they just put things out of order. We'll see. All right, let's get back to it. I just kind of, you know, glanced through the lyrics. Like I said, I'll go into more of a deep dive maybe in the written stuff. But I'm curious to hear the album versions of these at some point as well. All right. But boy, I'd forgotten just how much I love her voice and her facial expressions and all of that. All right.
Between the crucifix and the Hollywood sign, we decided to get hurt. Now there's a few things we have to burn. Set our hearts ablaze, and every city was a gift.
Ooh, I like that jump
And every
to the next line there.
skyline was like a kiss upon lips. I was making you a wish. And every skyline, how big, how blue, how
See on blue right there.
beautiful, how big, how blue, how beautiful. And meanwhile, a man was falling from space, and every day I wore your face.
This is
like
so
the
effective.
atmosphere around me, a satellite beside me. And meanwhile, a man was falling from space. As he hit the earth, I left this place. Let the atmosphere surround me. I'm happy you're beside me. What are we going to
This
do?
is so interesting.
We've opened the
Feels
door,
like a
now it's
baptism.
all coming through. Tell me you see it too. We've opened our eyes and it's changing the view.
See, the sky looks a little more blue than
what
it
are we
did
gonna
earlier.
do? We've opened the door, now it's all coming through.
Woo,
How
beautiful
big,
note.
How blue, how beautiful, how big, how blue, how.
I'm gonna have to hear this with instrumentation if it has it, because that's beautiful melody.
So much time on the other side, waiting for you to wake up. So much time on the other side, waiting for you to wake up.
This is a great example, though, of just how nice her voice is. The little subtleties, the little vibratos and things that just feel like natural coming out of her. And I don't know if they shot this to where the sky was going to get gradually more blue, but it feels like it is. And that feels like a baptism going on. So.
The sun, waiting for you to wake up. Maybe I'll see you in another life. If this one wasn't enough. So much time on the other side. How big, how blue, how big.
It feels like a breakup or a death. It could be either one.
How blue,
Another chill. Did you hear that? Nice flat note and then the little vibrato at the end of it. What a beautiful little section. This is actually way more cinematically pleasing than I was expecting, actually. I was expecting more of a video feel. I mean, not like, you know, shiny, glossy, Beyonce type video or, you know, something produced in that way. And I'm not referencing all her videos, just the ones that are, you know, really have some production behind them. But this just feels so natural. And all the nature sounds really add to it a lot. I also like how comfortable she is with herself, to allow herself to be portrayed, you know, scantily clad at times, or just not glamorous, just letting herself be all out there as she is. And that's not me saying, oh, I'm glad she's naked. I'm talking about just her comfort with herself, or at least allowing herself
another
to show it.
conversation with no destination, another battle never won.
Ooh, neat.
Each side is a loser, so who cares who fired the gun?
Ooh.
And I'm learning, so I'm leaving, and even though I'm grieving, I'm trying to find the meaning, then lost reveal it.
I know we're right at the beginning of this. I want you to watch. Even the moments in that look dancerly. They have an intentionality that has a dance quality to it, even though it's those little movements they just did right there. And I really like the kind of sound that they're using behind there. It's really neat. Hey, little man. Hey. Yeah. I bet some of you are happy that Ash showed up to hang out with us some. All right, but yeah, watch the movements here. Oh, let me find out what this song is. Because even though the videos aren't following what the song is, it's nice to have an idea of what the song is ahead of time. Or, you know, especially since I can't have lyrics on screen and be, you know, if I miss something, that I'm just missing it, you know? All right, let's see what's next. St. Jude. Yeah, see, St. Jude is the 10th song on the CD, but so they are just putting them in an order that makes sense for the production. One thing that I'm seeing in the lyrics that I really, really like is this lyric right here. And I'm learning, so I'm leaving. And even though I'm grieving, I'm trying to find the meaning, letting loss reveal it. And that's so profound in the best way. And this each side is a loser because nobody wins in a breakup. Although some people can feel like they won because they no longer have to be in that relationship. So I have been there. Oh, sorry, little man. You were standing in front of my screen. All right, let's get back to it.
Another battle never won. Each side is a loser, so who cares who fired the gun? And I'm learning, so I'm leaving, and even though
See how he
I'm
moves
leaving,
like
I'm
a
trying to
dancer.
find the meaning, Let lost reveal it. Let lost reveal it.
What is that, like a harmonium or something? I'll have to look that up.
The patron saint of the lost causes. We were lost before she started.
Ooh, I like that. We were lost before it started.
We lay in bed as she whipped around us. Maybe I've always been more comfortable in chaos.
Oh, great. What? She has the best
And I was
lines.
on the island and you were there too, but somehow through the storm I couldn't get to you or St. Jude. Somehow she knew.
Ooh, you hear it just building up.
And she came to give a blessing while causing devastation, and I couldn't keep my
Ooh.
mouth shut. I just had to mention grabbing your attention.
Huh.
Same.
That almost feels like those guys were carrying away the rubble of her relationship. But what I was going to point out is that, kind of distorted-y sound that started the song, and now they're starting to bring in these strings that just keeps elevating it and giving it a more reverent tone. That's really neat. It's so interesting. She keeps switching around I and you and she. I guess she's talking about St. Jude being the patron saint of lost causes. Okay, luckily a lot of the lyrics are in the same vein or repeat, so I want to go back just a little bit here because I'm assuming that's her on the steps. She has such a way of being so casually attractive, let's say. She just, the way she carries herself and everything just makes you drawn to her in a way, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And she's just kind of, she's sexy without trying to be, just in her demeanor and her, all of that. Even though I know that's not the point of this, I'm just saying that that's a quality that she has.
St. Jude, somehow she knew. And she came to give a blessing while causing devastation, and I couldn't keep my mouth shut. I just had to mention grabbing your attention.
Is that going to be her sitting there?
St. Jude, the patron
Ooh, I like that.
saint of the lost
That was back there.
We were lost
That's pretty.
before she started.
Ooh, I like her where she's sitting there. Started.
We lay in bed as she whipped around us.
Oh,
Maybe I've always been more comfortable in chaos.
I didn't expect her to be singing while she's being carried there. Ooh. I want to run that back because I love this subtlety here of that held note just underneath. Just listen to this held note she's bringing underneath it that just gives this warm flow to it. Okay, here it comes. That. What a beautiful touch. And now it just sounds like a cathedral organ, which it probably is. Blended with that more synthetic sound it had at the beginning, but maybe that was just a variation. Why are you traveling alone? Are you lost?
And I'm learning, so I'm leaving. And even though I'm grieving, I'm trying to find the meaning. Let lost reveal it.
Huh.
Let lost reveal it.
think that has been church organ type sound through all of this. I guess I was wrong. Imagine that. Why is it I feel like... Have you noticed though the like swarm that's been in a few scenes? Well, that reminds me of The Arrival. If you've never seen it, that looks so similar to the way they communicate. Okay, before we get further here, which I really, really like that song because she's doing a nice job of letting the music lay a plateau that she's singing on top of, and it's like the music is embracing her vocals. If that that sounds so pretentious, but that's how it feels to me. It's like the music is just enveloping the vocals, and it's like a big musical hug, you know? So let's get back into it. But yeah, that looks so much like The Arrival and the way the aliens in that communicate. All right. I don't know what the next song is, so... It sounds like hail, which means bigger storm coming. Oh, hail. Oh. Well, that's the same church steps, isn't it? Boy, she keeps doing these just cinematic moments that draw me in and make me feel her emotion. I like that we're getting these upbeat songs mixed in with the very, feeling type songs.
Don't touch the sleeping pills, they mess with
Ooh.
my head. Dredging of great white sharks, swimming in the bed.
Love the bass line on
Here comes a
this.
killer wave to sing me to sleep. Thrashing the covers off, has me by its teeth. And all my love remind me, what was it that I said? I can't help but pull the earth around
Oh, that was neat the way it
to
kind
make
of
my bed.
glitched.
And all my love remind me, what was it that I do? Did I drink too much? Am I losing touch? Did I build a ship to wreck? To wreck?
Oh, I love
To
the...
wreck? To wreck?
Oh, this must
Did
be
I
Ship to
build
Wreck.
this ship
Okay.
to wreck?
Wow. I love the groove of this one. It's so pleasing, and it feels familiar yet fresh in the way it's moving, So let me look up Ship to Wreck real quick. And it's funny, I saw in the write-up, when she was talking about making the album and writing it, that apparently the album before had a whole bunch of songs about water. And apparently that was the one thing that the guy she was working with said, let's not have any songs about water on this one. But then she ended up doing this one and managed to get him to go along with it. Ooh, I really, really love this line right here. I can't help but pull the earth around me to make my bed. And oh my love, remind me, what was it that I did? It's almost like saying that you just keep digging a hole for yourself. You keep getting deeper and deeper into it by trying to make things better sometimes, or trying to dig yourself out of a hole that you've made for yourself. But it sounds like she had said, I think, that she had had a little bit of a breakdown during her year off because it was new to her to have a year off. And I think this may be alluding to that a little bit. It almost feels like what she's saying in this is that it's almost like she gets in a relationship. she builds the relationship and then finds a way to undermine it and wreck the entire thing. And it could be, it almost sounds like she's falling into, drugs or whatever, drinking too much, whatever it would be, or just destructive behavior. I really like it. I think it's great, but musically, I really am enjoying this one. It has that indie rocker feel to it, Her voice sounds great too. I love the movement of the bass. See, now it's dropped down to sparse guitar, mostly bass and drums, and her. Red-eyed mice. I love that line because that sounds like when you play Lava Floor and you have to go from furniture piece to furniture piece. Huh. Ooh. Sorry, I want to go back because I loved what the drums there did with her when she's singing "Ship to Wreck," and it almost goes da 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 ba. It's really, really nice touch. Listen right here. See that da 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 ba da da da. It feels like she's erratic to the point that he doesn't know what he's getting one moment to the next. It's like she's two different people. What great musical and vocal choices in this. See, look, I mean, she's all erratic, then she's homemaker. Oh, I love that choice.
What was it that I said?
Just acoustic and
I can't help but pull the earth around me.
Cool little harmony
to
mix.
Make my bed, and all my love remind me. What was it that
Are we getting
I
tambourine?
Did I drink too much? Am I losing touch? Did I build a ship to wreck? To wreck?
What a great drop there.
To wreck.
Love that.
Did I build this ship to wreck?
I really love that it felt like she was fighting her more self-destructive tendencies and trying not to let them happen, but she can't help it. And I like too, this isn't just putting it on, the guy was distant and he did this and that. There's also the things that you do yourself. Because no matter why a relationship breaks up, there is blame on both sides to a degree. It is very heavily weighted sometimes, but there's still always something that you contributed. Well, not always, but often. So definitely don't go, well, my situation wasn't that, and it's, yeah, I know, but it feels like the Highlands. And I do understand they shot different countries and all that and would hire ancillary people, but they kept the same production team together for most of it. Well, this is feeling like it's supposed to be her as a kid. Well, she looks familiar. I'm gonna have to look her up. None of them are a quiet man. Of course, it's probably Scotland more so than Ireland, because I think she's Scottish, maybe? No, she's Welsh. That's what it is. Ooh. Before we get too far, I want you to listen to this bass. The sound that it's going dun, 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 dun. But the effect they have on the bass is really unique and causing a neat feel with the underneath of the music. I like it. I can't believe I went through that whole thing of Irish, Scottish, and Welsh, because I mean, she's famously a Welsh singer. So what the hell was I talking about? Listen to that bass, though. It's got a little grit and a little bit of maybe chorus. Ooh, love that snare lead in. Oh, okay. Okay, I think I'm getting the gist of the story of the video here. Is basically it's feuding families, and she's the daughter in one, he's the son in the other, and the families are trying to keep them apart because they're friends, you know, and maybe, you know, and become more one day, it looks like. What's funny is at one point in here, she looked like Leah Thompson to me. From Back to the Future and Howard the Duck and stuff like that. But let me see where I am on time. Okay, what was this one called? All right, so we have Queen of Peace, which was track 4 on the album. Anyway, this one feels a little like what she's trying to convey is that a lot of times you can win the war, but you lose something very precious to you in that process. And I mean, the war could be a relationship or whatever. And along the way, you lose something that then you have to mourn. And it's a matter of trying to come out on the other side of that is kind of what I'm taking from it. And hopefully I'm somewhat close. But I like this showing the two different sides of the conflict there and how they overcame that. And it did say in the writing on the one thing about writing the song that she was still not in a great place, but the guy she was writing with wanted her to do something a little more triumphant, but she was having to do that while still being in a place that she didn't feel very triumphant at all. And I like that this one, where the last one had a great groove, this one is just driving ahead with that dot, 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 dot. Good casting for a young version of her. Beautiful shot there. The coloring and everything. Once again, great movement with dance-like quality. Now I can't help but see Leah Thompson in her face. And maybe it's the haircut and just the makeup and all, but it just keeps jumping out at me now. And it's so cool. They're shooting in different countries and all that, but all of this does have a nice cohesiveness to it. But yeah, I do like that the last one where it had this weird, a cool little groove to it, that this one is just like driving, da, 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 it's just driving ahead. Maybe trying to triumph over the situation. I really love that shot. I really like her drummer. He's got a great sense. Well, and the bass player. I just like the band. Oh. I like how she picks these moments in the dramatic scenes to still be singing in the moment on the screen. Huh. Okay, before I go any further, there are two things. I mean, what it feels like is that they've had something trying to pull them apart their entire lives, their families mostly, and that it's still happening even to this day. While they're older and together, their families just won't give it up. That they just keep, there's always these constant things pulling at them to pull them apart. And I think the families are representative of just life in general, that sometimes your relationship just feels like it's got things pulling at it from every side, trying to keep you from being happy. And the other thing I was going to mention was at the beginning, I think it was of this, when she was walking on the road and that guy was coming the other way and she said, "Are you lost?" That feels like, if I remember, because I used to be a big mythology guy and loved the Iliad and the Odyssey and all that, it seems like I remember a scene in the Odyssey when he's traveling, that he does come across a person on the road that he tries to help, that it maybe turns out to be a god or something. I don't remember exactly, but it felt like a mythological reference to me. Okay, let's back to it. I like the horns in here too. The horns have been so inobtrusive but effective. He keeps doing these little snare fills coming up. That girl, though, she is such cool casting to be a young Florence. I love a good surf sound. One of my songs opens with almost that exact sound, called Course of Destiny.
To give yourself over to another body, that's all you want really. Out of your own and consumed by another. To swim inside the skin of your lover. Not to have to breathe, not to have to think. but you can't live on love, and salt water's no drink.
Ooh. I like that line, and salt water's no drink. Because it shows the underlying strife within the relationship is making it salt water and not clear water.
Lost in the fog, it's hollow here. Blood running hard,
Beautiful over here.
night chill. Without your love, I'll be so long and lost. Are you missing me?
Ooh.
Is it too late?
I wasn't expecting the drums here.
Come on home. All those bridges, now old stone. Is it too late to come on home? Can the city forget?
Ooh.
I hear its sad song.
Beautiful guitar in this. You know what I really love in this video more than it's something I didn't expect so much of is all of the dance qualities that are within, just mixed within, that I wasn't expecting a lot of dance in this for some reason. I was expecting little vignettes of, you know, parts of her life and dealing with the relationship and things like that. But let me see what this song is. All right, so we've got Long and Lost and Mother right here. Oh, little dude. Hey, 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 not too rough. Okay? Not too rough. Be a good boy. All right. So apparently we're at Long and Lost, and that's going to lead into Mother. All right, so this one feels like basically saying that she's wondering if she made a mistake leaving and wants to come back, but she's not sure if there's a path to get back to where they were. And then eventually in the song she decides that no, it's a foregone conclusion. So, all right, let's get back to it.
So long and long.
I just love that little flips into head voice. I just love this guitar over here.
I need the clouds
Once again, the music giving her space to breathe in the music.
pulling them down. Surround me. Without your love, I'll be.
You see how well she conveyed the resentment over what they made her do?
I'm missing me. Is it too late to come on home? Are those
And look at the cinematography here too, with using again available light and very little else.
too late to come on home?
Because that is hard to do. There's a little bit of fill light here and there.
I hear its sad song. It's been so long between the words we spoke.
Ooh, I love that.
Will you be there? I'm on the shore, I hope.
You hear that?
Wonder why it is that I came home. I figured out where I belong, but it's too late.
Boy, her dynamics on this song are especially good. Really love this one.
But it's too late to come on home. Can the city forgive?
I like that they're trying to console her, but she's inconsolable, you know? She's like, you motherfuckers did this. Because we all know sometimes family can be a motherfucker.
You're dying of thirst, so we feast on each other. The seas are still our violent mother. The blood round here pours down like water. Each wave of lamb led to the slaughter. And like children that she just can't teach, we break and break and break and break ourselves upon the beach.
Well, that was neat. Oh, wow. It's like she's tasting the memory.
Leave me on my knees, 'cause I belong to the ground. He belongs to me. No, Lord, won't you?
These transitions are great.
'Cause I belong to the ground. I won't know more than these. How long
I don't know, maybe I'll stay.
sun keeps burning me. Every stone in the city keeps reminding me of. Can you protect me from what I want? The love that I live left me so lost. Mother, make me a big tall tree so I can
Wow.
shed my leaves and let it blow through me. Mother,
Again, dynamics out the ass.
Visit. Pass through.
Hold on, I gotta back up here. I want to look at these lyrics on this too. I've loved the lyrics on this song, on this album, or in this film. And I really am curious if the songs on the album, what the orchestration was, because it's going to be interesting to hear at some point. A lot of these songs I could hear myself just listening to, and she's definitely got. What's funny is her way of emoting, and she is not like this artist at all in how angsty he is, but she's got a Roger Waters feel in the way she conveys the emotion of the song that's personal to her. And she obviously has a much better voice, because I love Roger Waters' voice, don't get me wrong, but she has a really, really good singing voice, and her dynamics and all are just beautiful. All right. Wow. Lyrics in here. For one thing, I saw that this was like some bluesy kind of thing on the album, so I'm going to have to listen to that. But as far as the chorus, she's got that "Mother, make me a big tall tree so I can shed my leaves." It reminds me of Forrest Gump. Make me a bird so I can fly far, far away. But then I really love this line here: "Mother, make me a big gray cloud so I can rain on things I can't say out loud." That is really a great line. She has a great way with words, and I really respect her songwriting lyrically. It feels like she has these things pop into her head all the time, and you've just got to figure out where you can fit them. Okay, I'm not going to get too much into the lyrics here because I bet she's not going into too many of them, and I may do this song a little later in full, because I think I'm going to love this song because I like it on here already, and her melodic choices.
Mother,
This is just a place you visit, pass through.
Oh.
Rain on you, things I can't say out loud.
I love that
and all
look.
These couples are kissing, and I can't stand the heat. I lost my shoes and left the party. I wandered in the street. I put my feet into the fountain.
Like we almost spoke that.
Statues all asleep. No, you swishing on
I thought-
water.
I guess I thought this was what I wanted.
Mother, make
And sometimes I still think that I should
me
stay.
a bird of pride.
Wish I could hear her
I
better what she's
can
saying.
Spread my wings and let it fall away. And mother, make me a song so sweet.
Ooh, pretty up in there.
Heaven trembles falling at my feet.
Nobody stays here. If you can leave, you will leave here.
You think you have lost your
Huh.
faith, but you have not. You have only misplaced your faith.
Ooh,
And you can find it where it lies now, deep in your soul. And the way to do that is through the simple process of love. Love yourself.
Ooh,
Forgive yourself.
chills
You
again.
can't love and forgive other people if you don't, first of all, love and forgive yourself. You have to realize that people are fallible beings. They make mistakes.
I really like this
They have
speech.
to be excused from these mistakes and allowed to continue on in their quest for a better life and for goodness. So love yourself and then love other
Ooh.
people. Please forgive yourselves. Go on a journey of finding love and forgiveness.
I like that that moment of her walking up behind herself, like hesitantly wanting to, you know, almost find herself. It's like she was lost in her grief, and she's wanting to pull herself back from that. What you doing, man? But his little speech there, so much of what he was saying was very on the nose. I mean, very on the money. And I loved his voice for it. It had like a Navajo Indian kind of feel to it, you know. It just had that cadence. But yeah, man, she has made something here that's, you know, actually this feels a lot like The Wall, you know, from the 80s that Pink Floyd made the movie of the album. And this does have that same kind of feeling of the transitions between the songs and all of that. It didn't dawn on me till just now. And the dinginess of some of it, you know, it's really, really
Go
well
on a
done.
journey of finding love and forgiveness. Love people even
I really love the message of what he's saying.
Drifting through the halls with the sunrise, holding on for your
Ooh.
call, climbing up the walls for that flash.
I love her look here. That's a really nice look for her. Ooh.
Cause I'm gonna be free and
Wait,
I'm
wait,
gonna
wait.
be
Was that the younger version of her next to her there? I can't tell for sure. Let me see what this song is. All right, we're on Delilah. Oh, so we're going with it's kind of based on Samson and Delilah as a metaphor for betrayal. All right, we'll get into the lyrics a little bit after we get into it a little ways, because there are a couple that I saw right up front that I really like.
light. I can never let go. Cause I'm gonna be free and I'm gonna be fine.
Oh, cutting his hair just like Samson.
Cause I'm gonna be free and I'm gonna be fine. Maybe not tonight. Now the sun is up and
I love that line. I'm going to be free and I'm going to be fine. Maybe not tonight.
Another drink just to pass the time. I can never say no. Cause I'm gonna be free and I'm gonna be fine. Holding on for your cause.
These are beautiful shots that look like paintings.
Maybe not tonight.
You hear that broadening out of the reverb on the backing vocals. Ooh.
And I'm calling for my mother as I pull the pillars down. It's a different
Nice.
kind of danger, and my feet are spinning around. Never knew I was a dancer.
That's-
till Delilah showed me how.
Oh, that's cool. I feel like she's trying to take his power away over her. Ooh. Oh, wow.
Too fast for freedom. Sometimes it all falls down.
I got to go back and look at that image there. I really love the imagery here of it's almost like her grief or feelings of betrayal sitting on her like a weight. And it reminds me of a movie called Cat's Eye. And the cat apparently there's a whole thing about cats will come and take away part of your soul, you know, while you're sleeping, and the cat would come up and try and suck the breath out of Drew Barrymore when she was a kid. Really, really cool. I just love her imagery on this. All right, let's get back into it. That is so neat looking for being a video. And I love where she went up in there. Ooh, I did not feel this coming at all. Great snare sound. Oh, beautiful. Chill again. God, her dancing is... And I think it says she had no formal dance training. Don't get in her way. Bald one remind me of Cindy from the Lost or from The Boys, even though it's a guy, you know. Such a great line. Never knew I was a dancer. So. See, now it feels like she's stalking herself instead in the other shots. Huh. Bringing back that imagery from the church. What a nice little bridge. Oh. Well, that was a surprise. Huh. Chill again. God, the frenetic pace of this one is just really cool. Oh.
I keep dragging them around, too fast for freedom. Sometimes it all falls down. These chains never leave me.
Love the
I keep dragging them
cello,
around.
well, the cellos right in there with the little stab. Dun, dun, dun. But anyway, not right now, man. After I'm done with this. All right, so let's get back to it. Hey, come on, be good.
Sometimes it all falls down. These chains never leave me. I keep
I
dragging
do love
them
those
around.
cellos, though. It's funny how we're just bouncing all over in this, and it feels like we're going back to that country road. What are we at now? Are those all the rocks that everybody's been carrying through the video? Maybe trying to burn up all the weight that she's been carrying. Ooh, this one feels so hopeful.
Caught in your own creation. Look up, it tore you
I like that.
Cause there's a whole way a heart lies, and I can see it with my third eye.
Another great drum build.
Touch it magnifies. You pull away, you don't know. That original lifeline.
Okay, hold on. I want to look at the lyrics on that because I was having trouble understanding them because they were done so big. You know, there were so many layered vocals, and it was, I was having trouble catching all the lyrics. And I really want to know what they're saying on this. It sounded like they were saying original lifeline, something like that. Okay, so we're on third eye. Not second eye. Not first eye, third eye. Which I believe is Doctor Strange has one now. I'm trying to remember what it's the eye of. It's about looking inward, I believe. Oh, this is a really interesting fact on this song because it's saying that it's about trying to encourage someone to come out of their shell and start to live again, learn to love again, and that she wrote it for someone else before she realized that it might be about her. That's really interesting. But yeah, I'm going to read through the lyrics real quick because I don't want to have to try and strain to understand what's being said. I just want to follow the trajectory of the video itself. Yeah, so the third eye just allows you to see things that are usually unseen. All right, so basically the gist of the song is, like I said, trying to convince somebody to try and move on and start to embrace love and living life again, and then admitting to them that you're going through the same thing, and maybe in that sharing that you can help them move on while you help yourself move on. All right, let's get back to it. Oh, there's the How Beautiful in the background. And it's blue.
You are flesh and blood.
And big.
And you deserve to be loved, and you deserve what you are given.
I love
And oh, how much? 'Cause there's a
I like the cheerleader quality with the
and I can see it with my third eye.
because that's what she's doing, is cheerleading for them.
You pull away, you don't know. That original
There's that drummer doing great work again. Oh, it's everybody still carrying that weight of grief and loss. And now they're letting it go and they're able to dance. Oh, that's cool. Love that message. I like he every once in a while throws in Put It Up. I wonder where this was in the album because it feels like it should have been maybe the last song. Boy, she is up there right now. And that's full chest. It sounds like full chest. Oh, did not see that coming. Haven't we all been let out of a room by a mariachi player before? I don't know the mariachi player, but I'm going with it because it's funny. Oh! Is this going to be back on stage again? That's cool. She... Oh, it's like she... This album is her Odyssey of that year that she spent trying to work her way back to music. And now that she's worked through all of those emotions and all that she had to deal with. Now she's finally able to go on stage again and embrace music, and that's so cool. All right, let's get back to it. I like that she's doing the lines from the previous song just now, a cappella. Or as some people would say, Acapulco. I'm getting chills just thinking of how it probably felt coming back to it, that first show. Chills all over.
I'm the same, I'm trying to change. I'm the same, I'm trying to change. I'm the same, I'm trying to change. I'm the same,
This reminds me of
I'm trying to change.
A Star Is Born. Oh. God, that note, the angst and release and everything within that last note was so good. Ooh, love that guitar sound with the little bit of tremolo on it.
As the banks begin to break, and I'm in the throes of the
I love her voice more and more the more I hear it.
But you took your toll on me, so I gave myself over willingly. You got a hold on me.
Ooh.
I don't know how, I don't just stand outside and scream. I am teaching myself how to be
Everybody scream. Well, I love the way the instruments have they've wandered into this
Tear it
song.
down in your head. Don't make the
Hear that?
mountain your enemy. Get up there instead. You saw the stars out in front of you, too tempting not to touch. But even though it shocked you, something's electric in your blood. And people just untie themselves, uncurling life lines.
Beautiful.
If you could just forgive yourself.
You hear just the swells coming up with the instruments now, and
But still you
then the bass comes in, and we're just introducing.
Outside the world, such a violent place. But you had to have him, and so you did.
And the backing vocals
Some
coming
things you
through.
let go in order to live.
What a beautifully built song. It's like every few measures they're adding another layer of it. And I know I'm stopping, but I feel like I have to. Like I say, I want to get this to YouTube. So, my goodness, that was beautiful. Let's listen to it again. I love when these voices come in. I would love to see this built on stage to where the lighting maybe started bringing in each part, and you have a whole chorus behind her, the whole choir. Ooh, sing it out loud.
I know you're bleeding, but you'll be okay. Hold on to your, you keep it safe. Hold on to your.
Using her voice in so many ways within this one song, really, really nice. Oh, and that guitar sound, oh, beautiful.
Find a rooftop to sing from, or find a hallway to dance. You don't need no edge to cling from. Your heart is there, it's in your hands. I know it seems like forever,
Sorry I'm not going into the lyrics on this yet. I'll put it in the writing.
One day this will be over. I swear it's not so far away. People just untie themselves.
For me, this song's all about how it's put together and her singing.
You could just forgive yourself.
Oh, we are to the end, guys. All right. I'm sorry that it took me so long to get to this, but I'm really glad I finally did, because that was a really great experience. And I just keep gaining more and more respect for Florence and her band, because the band was phenomenal in this recording. And it just, I don't know, it was just so well conceived from start to finish, and the way it culminated with her making it back to the stage and her first appearance. It was just so well laid out, and what a perfectly executed thing, you know? Anyway, that's it, guys. I'm not going to pick one song that I loved over another, although that last song during the credits was my favorite production of the entire thing. I liked so many different songs for different reasons, but anyway, I will see you all soon. I will try and start adding her back into my mix a little bit more. I've just been trying so hard to get myself more self-reliant and independent of having to do other work. Anyway, I loved it, and I will try and get to a lot more of her down the line here and start adding her in a little more often. So anyway, see you guys soon. You have a great day, great night, great life. Bye.